Hey everybody, I'm John Vantana.
And I'm Emily Vantana.
And we want to share with you the reason we must make ICAN Media, the reason this has to be successful, and why we're here. And so what we're going to do on these videos is we are going to cover the 6 satanic strategies in media. And no, I'm not joking when I say satanic. They are evil, absolute evil. And we're going to break those down for you and show you what's going on. And we're just going to be real quick. We're going to hit the highlights and say why we're here and why and what we're doing. So the first thing we want to cover is the drug use. Now in media, they're really pushing drug use, whether it's music, whether it's movies, whether it's just anything, even art. They're out there painting people using drugs. And we feel that children especially, and adults, everyone should be able to have media that is not pushing a drug agenda.
You know, being a mother, I like to sometimes turn on a movie in the background while I'm cooking or cleaning or doing laundry or something. And the main thing about ICAN for me as a mother is that I want content that I can watch and not have to worry about having to go and fast forward or turn it off because I don't know what's going to pop up.
Yeah.
So many times I've been watching what people recommended to me as good shows, and all of a sudden there's kids doing drugs. And I'm sorry, that is not acceptable to me. I grew up in a town where some of my best friends got hooked on drugs, okay? And it was never the happy children, the happy kids, the happy guys and girls who got hooked on them. It was the ones, you know, the broken ones, the ones that came from unhappy places. And to put in television and to put in movies that if you want to be the cool kids, if you want to be like the people, the characters, you have to do the drugs. No. They, you know, like I said, they're not the ones who are happy and having a fulfilled life.
Yeah.
They're the ones who are broken. They're the ones who have a hole inside of them and they're trying to fill it with something, and drugs are what they're pulling to.
Yeah.
And what we are going to do is we're going to, in our videos and our movies, in everything that we do, we're going to teach that there are other ways, you know, that you can fill that void inside of you.
Yeah.
Without having to do substances that could potentially kill you.
Hey everybody, welcome to ICAN Media. This is our second video, and what we want to talk about is the difference between materialism and real relationships and real love. On anything, in all the media, they're pushing materialism. They're pushing the only thing that matters is what kind of car you drive. You have no value unless you have a partner. If you're not married, you're worthless, and that's stupid. You know, there's no human being that can complete you. That's a fairy tale. Only God can fill you up and fill you full of love and joy. Anything else is trying to fix an inside problem from the out, and that's just not. It doesn't work. You know, anybody who's not a little kid knows that if you can't be happy with nothing, you're never truly going to be happy with something. It doesn't work that way. And so one of the things that we feel like there should be is more substance in media. You know, when my wife was in the hospital, and she had several surgeries, we had some complications with our last child. And, you know, when you're in the hospital, my family was there. You know, we took turns being there with her because we love her. All right? It had nothing to do with how much money she had in the bank. You know, when my mother-in-law was in the hospital, you know, there's so many people. You know, when I was in the hospital, people that came to visit me, they weren't there because I had money. They were there because I had substance. And so we think that we know for a fact that we've got to create content that teaches people to have substance. You know, if a friend is there when you need them, they're a real friend. But, you know, this whole idea that your value as a human is only based on how much money you have in the bank is absolutely satanic. It is wrong. It is evil. Every human being has a value. They have some kind of inner magic. They have something beautiful that should be expressed, and just because someone fell on hard times doesn't make them worthless. So that is something that we feel strongly about, and we'll see you in the next video. Hi, welcome to ICAN Media. This is our next video, and my wife is going to talk to you about sexuality in media.
Okay, so something that I have noticed, and you know, again, being a mother of 4 daughters, I'm really particular about what they watch and the things that they see on the internet, because I don't want the internet raising my children, okay? Them looking things up, like on Pinterest and things like that, things that go along with certain areas that they're working in, like if they're working on crafts or something like that, I'm okay with that. But whenever it comes to imagery, you know, you see all the time, you have to be this, you know, you have to look this way. No one's going to like you unless you're, you know, size 0. No one's going to like you unless you have a nose job or, you know, and we're not saying that getting some things done is wrong if you have to, you know, if it is your choice. Here's the main thing about this though. You do you. Okay? We are not raising our daughters to be like everyone else. We are raising our daughters to be independent, strong women. You know, they're going to grow into the knowledge that they can accomplish anything that they set their mind to, that they work for, because they rely on them and they have their faith in God.
Welcome to ICAN Media. On this video, we want to talk about foul language. Now, since when we were children, it wasn't near as bad as it is now. And here's the thing. The media, they will not fund projects unless it has, you know, like we said, the things that we talked about, drugs, sex, you know, just materialism, and the foul language and stuff. So they're forcing this agenda on everyone. They're not letting any other voices be heard. And we think that your children should have options that are not full of people dropping the F-bomb or anything else. You know, some things for realism, I think, is one thing. But if your movie, I think one of them had, one movie I looked up, they said that they dropped the F-bomb 260 times in one movie. Wow. I just think that's excessive. Welcome to ICAN Media. We're going to talk about music in this video. And as you know, the secular music is really bad. It's just really, really bad. If you have any interest on the kind of imagery and the kind of languaging and the stuff that they're using, the hypnotic processes and whatever, research it. You will be shocked. You really will. But that's not what we're here to talk about. What we're here to talk about is how music can be used as a tool for the gospel. Music has an ability to supersede racism, to supersede all kinds of cultures and ideas, and it can really be used for the kingdom. And right now, it's not being really used. Go ahead and tell them about the whole demographic thing.
Okay. So, you know, whenever you turn on the radio and you're listening to the same song over and over and over, all they've done is just change the words. And after a while, it starts to get annoying. You know, you like some secular songs because of the beat, because of, you know, the rhythm, that kind of thing. And so what we're doing here at ICAN Media is we are stepping beyond what is currently on the radio. What we are going to be doing is we are going to be making beats that people want to hear. Yeah. With words that are uplifting, because biblical. The two can go together. Yes. They can work together. It does work. And so here at ICAN, that is our goal. We're going to make music that you actually do want to hear. And we have nothing against Christian songs. We listen to Christian music all the time. It's just time to bring in, you know, an advanced option.
Yeah, all the sounds, and preferably some that are more musical. All right, welcome to ICAN Media. So the sixth strategy that's really demonic that we want to cover is this idea that the media is doing, where they're creating, you know, biblical films, and they're just twisting scripture. They're twisting things to use God's name, to use God's power, and use the Bible as a way to teach their own demonic doctrines that are anti-life, anti-people, and we think that's really, really bad. We think that there should be biblically based movies that are not full of demonic agendas. So that's the sixth strategy that we just wanted to take a minute and just kind of run over and just bring to your awareness that a lot of stuff out there that's supposed to be biblical is just a guise that they're using to teach really, really sick doctrines. And, you know, and I mean, even there was a movie that came out recently, and it's supposed to be about a biblical character, and the guy who was directing it was an atheist. I mean, come on, guys. So that's really the things that we wanted to share with you. As always, help us. We need your partnership in prayer. We need your partnership to help us find talent. The most important things we can do is network. And so really, I really want to encourage you, share these videos, share them with your friends, find people who want to be actors or musicians or directors or anything, or people who just want to, send in money. You can partner financially, that's fine. But we need everybody's help. We need the prayer is number one. Without prayer, if you don't win the war in the spirit, you're not going anywhere. Number two is we need talent. We need people who have a heart for God. We do not want to get involved with LA. We don't want to be in Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying? That system. The Hollywood, we want to stay out of that. We want to stay as far out of that as we can. So what we want is unproven talent. People who have a heart for God. People who have a heart to share love. People that get our vision. So help us find those people. And then obviously people who will not partner with us financially. That's important too. But if we don't win the war in the spirit and we don't have any talent, helping us out, then, what's the point? So those are the three things that are really, really helpful to us. Is number one, help us with your prayers. We need that more than anything. Number two, help us find talent. And number three, obviously, help us financially. So we really appreciate you watching these videos. Thank you so much for joining with us in ICAN Media and creating content that is free from the demonic strategies that are out there. We'll see you on the next video.